Bravo, Baba. When I was young, my family lived over, says, oh, I lived in Indonesia for a few years, and my mother, she didn't have money to send me where all the American kids went to school. But she thought it was important for me to keep up with an American education. So she decided to teach me extra lessons herself Monday throughout Friday, but because she had a go to work to only time so she could to be, it was a 4:30 in the morning, but whenever I didn't come, then my mother would just give me a look and she said, this is no picnic for me either, Buster. So I know that some are still adjusting to being back at school, but I am here today because I have something important to discuss with you. My father left my family when I was 2 years old, and I was raised by a single mom who had to work Eastern and time of bills and Western always able to give us. The thing that other kids had, there was time when I missed having a father in my life. There were times when I was lonely and I felt like I didn't fit in. So I wished I was not. Please subscribe our channel Dhyan Yogi Motivation and like this video. This is very good story of Barack Obama. I wasn't always as focused as I should have been on school, and I did something that I am not proud on. It got in my trouble than I should have, and my life could have easily taken a turn for the worst. But I was lucky. I got a lot of second chances, and I had the opportunity to go college and law school and follow my dream. My wife, our first lady, Michelle Obama, she has a similar story. Neither of her parents had gone to college and they didn't have a lot of money. But they worked hard and she worked hard so that she could go to the best school in this country. Some of you might not have those advantages. Maybe you don't have adult in your life who give you the support that you need. Maybe someone in your family has lost their job and there's enough money. Go to around, maybe live in neighborhood where you don't feel safe or have friends who are pressed in your do things you know aren't right. Maybe you could be a great writer, maybe even good enough to write a book or article in a newspaper, but you might know it until you write that English paper. That English class paper that's assigned to you. Maybe you could be an innovator or an innovator, maybe even good enough come up with the next iPhone or the new medicine, vaccine, but you might know it until you do your project for your science class. Maybe you could be a mayor of a senator or a Supreme Court justice, but you might not know that until you join student government or the debate team. And no matter what you want to do with your life, I guarantee that you will need an education to do it. You want to be a doctor or a teacher or a police officer. You want to be a nurse or an architect, a lawyer or a member of our military. You are going to need a good education for every single one of those careers. You cannot drop out of school and just drop into a good job. You are going to train for it and work for it and learn for it. And this isn't just important for your own life and your own future. What you make of your education will decide nothing less than the future of this country. The future of America depend on you. What you are learning in school today will determine whether we a nation can meet our greatest challenges in the future. You will need the knowledge and problem solving skills you learn in science and math of your diseases like cancer and AIDS, and develop new energy technique and project our environment. You will need the insight and critical thinking skill you gain in history and social studies to fight poverty and homelessness, crime and discrimination, and make our nation more fair and more free. You will need creatively and innately to develop in all your classes build new companies that will create new jobs and boost our country. We need every single one you to develop your talent and your skill and your intellect so you can help as old folks solve and most difficult problems. If you don't do that, you quit on school. You are not just quitting on yourself, you are quitting on your country. I know it's not always easy to well in school. I know a lot of you have challenge in your life right now that can make it hard to focus on your school. I get it. No, I know what it's like, but at the end of the day, the circumstance of life, what you look like, where you come from, how much money you have, what you have got going on at home, none of that and is successful. Neglecting your homework, of having a bad attitude in school, that's no excuse for talking back to your teacher or cutting class or dropping out to school. There is no excuse for not trying. Where you are right now doesn't have a determine when you will end up on one side and destiny for your, because have American you write and own destiny, you make your own future. That's what young people like you are doing every day all across America. That's where today I am calling on is you to set own goals for your education and go everything you can to meet them. Your goal can be something as simple as doing all your homework, paying attention in class, or spending some time each day reading a book. Maybe you decide to get involved in an external activity or volunteer in your community. Maybe you will decide to stand up to kids you are being tested of build because of your that are of how they look, because you believe like I do that all young people deserve a safe environment to study and learn. Maybe you will decide to take better care of yourself so you could be more ready to learn. But whatever you resolve to do, I want to you commit to it. I want you to reality work at it. I know that sometimes you got that sense from TV that you can be rich and successful without any hard work, that you ticket to success in throat rapping or basketball or being a reality TV star. Chances are you are not going to be any of those things. The truth is being successful is hard. You want to love every subject that you study. You won't click with every teacher that you have. Not every homework assignment will seem completely revealed to your life right at this minute. And you want a necessary success at everything. The first time you try That's okay. Some of most successful people in the world, most failure, J.K. Rowling, who wrote Harry Potter. Her first Harry Potter book was rejected 12 times before it was finally published. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. He lost hundreds of games and missed thousands of shots during his career, but he once said, I have failed over and over and over again in my life. And that's where I am should succeed. That people succeed because they understood that you can't let your failure define you. You have to let your failure teach you. You have to let them show you what to be differently the next time. So if you get into trouble, that doesn't mean you are a troublemaker. It means you need to try harder to act right. If you get a bad grade, that doesn't mean you are stupid. It just means you need to spend more time studying. No one's born good at all things. You become good at things through hard work. You are not a varsity athlete the first time you play a new sports. You don't hit every note the first time you sing a song. You are got the practice. The same principle applies to your schoolwork. You might have to math problem a few times before you get it right. You might have read something a few times before you understand. If you definitely have to do a few draft of a paper before it's good enough to hand. And don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask help when you need it. I do that every day. Asking for help isn't saying a weakness, it's a saying to strength, because it's so you have a courage to admit when you don't know something, and that allows the learning something new. So find an adult that you trust, a parent, a grandparent, or a teacher, a coach, or a counselor, and ask them to help you stay on track to meet your goals. And even when you are struggling, even when you are discouraged and you feel like other people have given up on you, you don't ever give up on yourself, because when you give up on yourself, you give up on your country. Story of America isn't about people who quit when things go to thought. It's about people who kept going, who tried harder, who loved their country too much to do anything less than their best. It's the story of a student who sat where you sit 250 years ago and went on a ways of revolution, and they founded this nation. Young people, students who sat where you sit 75 years ago, who overcome depression and won a world war, who fought for civil rights and put a man on the moon. Student who sat where you sit 20 years ago. Your focused change with communication with each other to be continent. For second part, please comment part 2.
Welcome and thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe as the full video is yet to come.
द्वारिकाधीश इलेक्ट्रिक एंड पावर टूल्स, फतेहनगर, वार्ड 14। सभी प्रकार के खराटा, फैन, कूलर, स्पेयर, आईसीयू, ओरिएंट, पंखे, सिगड़ी, सभी प्रकार की कूलर मोटरें के होलसेल विक्रेता। पावर टूल्स, स्पेयर पार्ट्स, फ्रिज, एसी पार्ट्स, बल्ब, ट्यूबलाइट एवं सब तरह के मिक्सर होलसेल रेट पर। द्वारिकाधीश इलेक्ट्रिक एंड पावर टूल्स, चंगेड़ी रोड, फतेहनगर। आपकी अपनी शॉप, हाउस फॉर रेंट।
Don't forget to like and subscribe.